beat you again. Hey, everyone.
Hi.
We made it. Barely. I was ready.
This time.
Someone. No. How's everyone doing? I put Sheila's comment on here because I also have had this stuck in my head. I feel like I do every single time we get ready to go on a trip. I'm on the road again. Every single time. Oh, man. How's everyone doing? It's a hot day down here in Texas.
It's hot.
Hot day.
We're not yet on the road. So the picture might have been a little deceiving, but we are close.
We're on the road
countdown.
before we have another live.
Oh yeah, this is our last live here.
Hopefully we can go live. We can't ever promise the on the road lives, but you guys know us. We'll find if we find some beautiful scenery that has a signal, we're gonna be live.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's a hot one today though.
Yeah.
Ohio's hot too. Lord have mercy. Everywhere's hot.
Is California hot?
Probably. Or maybe it's just normal temperature year round. All right, let's go ahead and get started with good things.
Yeah.
So we start every live with good things just to get us focused on positivity. So let us know in the chat what you got going on good. It can be something tiny, something giant.
I have something tiny.
Anything good. Okay. What is it?
And I feel really bad that this wasn't my good thing last time.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to snuggle a tiny baby today.
Tiny, perfect little baby.
A tiny, perfect angel baby. And I got to snuggle her.
She looks like I think you said this earlier. She looks like a baby doll.
She does look like a baby doll.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to snuggle Jill and Dustin's newest baby, Cassidy, which I did get to hold her last Sunday. And I thought to myself, that should have been my good thing. But today I made sure that I also snuggled her today on the couch. I was like laid back and she was like all snuggled on me and she was like stretching and her hands are so big and her little face is so I told Buddy, I was like, take this baby. The cuteness aggression. You didn't want to hold the baby, but you were also really sweaty.
I was very sweaty at lunch today and gross, but that's just how I am every day.
Mm-hmm.
I put on a different shirt. Teresa asked what my shirt says. Leftover parts, proof that I made it better. That's one of my favorite shirts because it's just me. That's how I work. If there's leftover parts, I designed it better than the original design.
No, you didn't. You almost set stuff on fire. When you have leftover parts. Everyone knows that story.
Oh,
anyway,
man.
That was my good thing is I got to hold the little tiny baby. And I got to snuggle her. And she's so cute. What's your good thing?
I love it. I want to read my good thing.
Oh.
So, we talked about Connor went to church camp.
Yes, Connor went to church camp.
Okay.
This is a good thing.
So we had a little text group with the pastors.
The youth pastors.
And they were just kind of updating us on things as the camp went on. So this is what we got from Connor's pastor. So it says, Connor met God this week and accepted Christ into his heart. I prayed with him and reminded him that Christ has made him new. Where his heart was made of stone, it has now been made anew in Christ. So much life, physical and spiritual, ahead of him. Stay hungry, stay humble. The Lord is going to do incredible things. That's what the pastor said in Connor's. That's the note that the pastor sent us for Connor. It says that he went on to say that Connor was one of the greatest stories from our camp. From the first quiet time session, he had confessed that he had not read his Bible, and he had no idea how rewarding it was. And he continued to read his Bible every single time there was a break in the activities. Truly inspirational how God moved in his heart. And when he got home, he wanted a new Bible.
Yeah.
Because he had his his kid's Bible, and Connor has read his children's Bible before. He probably just doesn't remember, but he did have an it was called an Action Bible, and it was kind of like the Bible in comic book form, but he wanted a real Bible, like a devotional Bible, and we got him one. I don't know. I just, as soon as I saw that message, I was like, oh, that is just so awesome. So good for Connor and everything. It's just amazing.
Yeah, church camp for our kids. Caden was the same way when Caden went. He had just a really good time and a very good message. And I'm not going to say I was bummed out because that is not the word, but he was saved. Caden was baptized at church camp. And the reason why I say I was bummed out is because I wanted to see it.
Didn't get to see it.
And I didn't get to, but that's okay. Like that's fine because there was hundreds of other kids who were to witness that. But I feel like really these camps that, it's hard for us as parents these days to kind of let our kids go. But I felt comfortable, letting Connor go with my brother-in-law's church. Not my brother-in-law, my brother's church and my sister-in-law's church. And they took them to the camp, and he had a really, really good time. And it sounds like from the youth pastors that.
Yeah. And we even talked about that in our last live before he went. We talked about how there's just something about church camp when you're around kids your age and you all get to have like fellowship together. It's just a different kind of
I had great memories
movement.
as a kid.
Yeah.
At church camp.
So many great memories.
Yeah.
But I can remember that too. I can remember going to church all the time and going to youth church. And I was heavily involved in something called Royal Rangers, which was the
like the Boy Scouts.
Boy Scout version, like a Christian version of Boy Scouts. And I loved Royal Rangers. It was awesome. Probably instilled a lot of like the bushcrafty stuff that I like to do today in me when I was that age. But church camp was just different. When you went to church camp, it was just you were away from all the distractions of, and I feel like back then we didn't even have the amount of distractions that kids today do.
No way.
But when you go to church camp, like today, at least this church camp, you don't have your cell phone. You don't have electronics.
Games,
you don't have
PCs,
a computer. Nothing. So it takes you away from all those distractions and just focuses you, which is awesome. That's my good thing.
Which kind of not 100% full circle from that, but I really look forward to our RV trips during the summertime, our big one, especially because I feel like that also, even though they do bring their electronics with them, we have plenty of opportunities on our hikes and in nature and where we meditate, and we're just like, we're away and unplugged for a little bit from that, So anyway, I'm looking forward for our trip for sure.
Not that the one thing before he left that he was worried about, and because me and Connor both are on Duolingo, which is, if you've ever heard of it, it's an app to help you learn other languages. Me and Connor are both taking Spanish on Duolingo, and he has been doing it for a lot longer than I have, but I'm on 105 days. That's what mine is. Connor's at like 180. But you get rewarded when you log in and you do your lesson every single day. It is a lot.
Yeah.
But when you log in and you do your lesson every single day, you get rewarded and all this kind of stuff.
Streaks.
Yeah, it's something to help keep you going. That's what he was worried about. He was worried about not being able to do his Duolingo.
Spanish lesson. That was his main concern, was I'm going to lose my Spanish lesson streak.
Yeah. And
I thought that was adorable. So we cut him a break and we logged in for him.
We did his Spanish
lesson so he could keep up his streak. We didn't want to.
But he didn't have any technology withdrawals. He wasn't, not that he told us about. So
yeah. Which
So many activities too to do though. So much thing at church camp. There's always something planned. That itinerary just keeps on going.
Yeah, it's good.
What were you gonna say?
When I was thinking about the Duolingo streak and to be discouraged when you've broken your streak, it's almost like when you're trying really hard to stick to a diet and like you're going so good, and then you have like a cheat meal or a cheat day or you messed up and you ate something and then it's like, oh, well, might as well just give up because I threw it all out the window. So it's almost like, well, I lost my streak. I guess I'm just going to like not be as serious about it anymore.
Yeah.
We didn't want him to have that discouragement, so we helped him along a little bit.
Yeah. I also took Spanish in high school. I took 2 years of Spanish, but man, the amount that I remember, and maybe subconsciously I remember
some
more.
Basics,
yeah. But like, I mean, necesito ir al baño is like because if we had to get up and go to the restroom, we had to ask in Spanish. So that one definitely stuck with me. But random phrases like that. But yeah, so that was cool. But that's definitely my good thing.
Yeah.
And then we have a joint good thing that we finally have been able to do.
Yeah. And the video's coming out.
Oh my gosh, guys.
This week.
Guys, I don't know if you know, the last time that we did
a date night challenge.
Date night adventure challenge. November was when we did the last one. You know what it was?
Yeah, it's scarred into my brain.
No, I looked it up. That picture behind us, that's what she's thinking. That's actually not our last one.
I know.
I just couldn't remember because it's been so long. The last one we did was called Recipe for Disaster.
Oh,
and we had to go to the bookstore.
Yes, we did the Thai food.
Yes, and man, did we make some good food.
That was a good one.
Gosh, we made some good food.
See, it's been so long we couldn't remember.
So, we did it.
We did it though.
This weekend, we did our date adventure challenge, and I'm going to tell you, we kind of broke a little bit of the rules out of necessity. Because, and I don't know if it's just, is it kind of sad that it's taken us so long to get these date night challenges
yes, it is sad.
Taken out or knocked out? But, oh my gosh, it's just one of those things where we had a plan of where we were going to go because it was very specific. Go ahead and hand me the book.
Okay.
We'll talk about it. The video will be out tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow?
Tomorrow, sorry. And the video will be out tomorrow. Let me just refresh everyone since it's been...
Show them. Show them what it looks like.
November. Okay, yeah. So let me do a whole refresh, I guess. So this is the Adventure Challenge Couples Edition. And this is a date night book that Steph's parents got us for Christmas.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
We've done like 4.
No, we've done more than that. We've done 6.
Yeah.
So the idea here is that you shake things up with your normal date nights and you do something kind of funny. This photo shoot came from one of them where we had to go out and do something fun and dress each other up in thrift store clothes.
Buddy did me so dirty.
Okay, so in November, and I'll tell you where we broke the rules out of necessity. In November, we scratched off this. It was called Small Town Kids. Okay. Find a small town or an area 15 miles away from you that you have never been or you haven't spent a lot of time in. That's where we kind of broke the rules.
Well,
because
we don't really spend a whole lot of time there.
True, but we've been there several times. Yeah. But no, we don't spend a whole lot of time there, but that's one way. That's a way that we kind of broke the rules. Go and find a small restaurant there. We did the perfect, tiny little restaurant.
Yeah, mom and pop.
And have a meal. Find a local park or take a walk, but talk about what you assume the town's history is and create a backstory for that town.
And let me just tell you, I saved you all from horror.
Don't give anything away.
No, because he wanted to put. I was like, no, we're gonna lose everyone on our channel.
I came up with.
It was creepy, but it's not. It's not.
I came up with the
Don't worry.
weirdest story based on the meal that we had.
I had to edit it.
Yeah, I mean, there was one picture in it that Steph did not want in there.
Yeah, I said I veto. We gotta keep it. We gotta keep it like.
It wasn't even
family.
that.
It wasn't, but it was just weird. You'll have to wait and see. Anyway, that comes out tomorrow. But
when we first read this, and you can go back and watch the live because I did. When we first read this, I remember thinking, "Oh, find a small town, go to a small restaurant, okay," and then reading, come up with what you think the town's history is and create a fake backstory for it. Like,
we did that.
I remember thinking like, oh, and rename the town. We kind of did. I remember thinking like, that's kind of crazy that it just took a left turn on us while we're reading this. And in the live, I said, I can picture it now. We're going to go and have a meal, and then the backstory of the town is going to play like a History Channel documentary of this town. That's exactly what I said on the live.
And it does.
And it does. But it gets weird. Yeah. Starts off chill, but then it gets weird. Oh, man. Okay. But that being said, because we will not necessarily have...
No.
Oh, no. It's not Hallmark. I think more like Stephen King. Okay, so we will not have a scratch off. We won't have this with us if we're able to go live on our travels. So we wanted to go ahead, even though the video comes out tomorrow, we did want to go ahead and see what our next one is going to be.
So we can do that in 3 months.
No. Every single time I say this, I say we're going to get better at doing it. Do you have anything to scratch off?
Take off your tab from your drink.
Hand me that pencil sharpener. So every time we do this, I say we're going to be better. We're going to do better. But I'm about to scratch one off, and we're going to be going out of town. So maybe we can get it done out of town.
This one, I doubt it. It's me and you and the kids.
Okay.
This next one's called Teacher's Pet.
Teacher's Pet. Okay. It says probably going to have a babysitter. There is food involved. There's travel involved, and shopping.
What is a shopping cart?
Shopping cart. There's little logos that tell you what each one means. The shopping cart means we need supplies. Okay.
Let's see.
All right. Evening time. $2 signs. Oh, this is a lot of text.
Ooh.
Lord have mercy.
Oh my goodness.
I'm scratching off an entire block of text right now.
This is like in 7-point font.
Lord have mercy.
And a QR code?
What is happening here? Okay.
Wow.
All right. Here we go.
Something flew at me.
Oh, sorry, babe.
It's okay.
Ready for a pop quiz with a twist? Before heading out on a dinner date, scan the QR code for a list of mini challenges to spice up your evening. What? Agree on 5 that you both feel comfortable with completing and pack any necessary materials for your date. Next, select 5 questions from the provided list that you want your partner to answer about you. Once you get to dinner, take turns asking and answering. For every answer that your partner gets incorrect, they must incorporate one of the 5 challenges into your date and vice versa. Let's find out if you're an A+ student.
It's kind of like the newlywed game, but like,
yeah.
If you fail, you have to do like spirit fingers whenever you order your food to the waiter.
Yeah.
That's what I'm anticipating.
I just want to see what some of these challenges are. Man.
It'd be really cool if y'all would do this too with us.
Mini challenges. Oh my gosh. Okay. You ready for the challenges? All right. Draw a tattoo in a visible place on your partner's body. Bring a stuffed animal and ask for a high chair. This is like Lester and that stupid dummy all over again,
gosh,
but
what's his
with a
name?
stuffed animal. Initiate a high five every time the waiter refills your water.
That's funny. Wait, with each other or the waiter?
With the waiter.
No.
Your partner gets to pick a funny clothing item for you to wear.
No, absolutely not. No. No. What?
Yawn 3 times very loudly over the course of your meal.
That's
Okay.
obnoxious.
Ask for ranch dressing every single time the waiter comes to your table.
It's funny because you don't like ranch.
I don't like ranch. Talk in an accent for the rest of the meal. Oh, yeah. I'll do that for sure.
Okay.
Wear sunglasses for your entire meal. Eat the rest of your dinner using only your butter knife.
We won't be going anywhere fancy. Let's go to McDonald's.
Turn your chair around and sit straddling it while facing the table.
No, I could never.
Oh, well, you only got to pick 5, babe. Man. So we're going to have to come up with 5 questions for each other. These are just the repercussions.
No, it had the questions there.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, let me go back. Questions,
Yeah.
You're right. Favorite beverage, ideal date, favorite animal, favorite song or band, favorite way to unwind, one of my parents or close family members' middle names, my current go-to clothing item, my phone number,
Really?
extended family member I'm closest with, my go-to password, what's a habit I want to create but haven't, what's a top pet peeve I have, if I could live on one food for the rest of my life, what would it be? What's one of my bucket list items, and what is my birthday? Oh, Lord, I hope we know each other's birthday. All right, well, this one was a lot of text. It was like a whole block.
And a QR
code. With a QR code.
Well, this is going to be.
That's pretty fun, though. I love the challenges. Those challenges are awesome. Teacher's pet.
You know what would be funny, though? Because you don't like ranch, if you ask them for ranch every time you came to the table. And it's full. And they just you're just collecting the ranches.
I just need more ranch, sir. I'm sorry. I just like to look at it.
Michael Scott with the pickles. Oh, man.
Oh, gosh. Okay, man.
It is scary. Kim said, that's scary that people's partners don't know some of those answers. Yikes. Well, it could have been maybe they're just now starting.
They're just starting off dating, maybe.
Because at the beginning, you had my birthday confused with your brother's.
Well, they're one day apart, so yeah. Yeah, that's hilarious. I'm trying to think of what my favorite challenge would be, and I think high-fiving the waiter every time he comes by to refill my drink is
Or it could be us high-fiving every time they refill.
Which is even funnier. It's like, oh, thank you, sir. The waiter is going to be like, I don't understand.
I will not bring a stuffed animal for a high chair. That's off the table.
Wait, can I pick the 5 challenges for you and you pick the 5 challenges for me?
No, that's not in the rules. You're not picking my outfit.
Oh my gosh. This is going to be fantastic.
Can't wait to do it in 5 months.
Guys, we're going to get it done sooner. I promise. No, I shouldn't promise that.
You shouldn't.
Because what if we did it in California? That'd be cool. We're never going to see those people again.
That's true.
I mean, we can be as weird as we want.
In front of the kids.
Yes. Even better. The kids are going to hate us.
This is all working out.
Oh, man. What a perfect time. What a perfect time.
Yeah. It's a good time. Anyway, if you guys haven't seen our previous ones, out of the 6 that we've done so far, honestly and truthfully, what's the most fun one?
I gotta do a recap real quick because I can't even honestly remember every one that we've done. Okay, the helpless baker, that was cool because I was blindfolded trying to bake things.
And I couldn't talk to you.
Correct.
I could
You
only
had to use my hands, right?
help you.
Or direct my hands.
Wait, could I say it? Wait, what was it?
Don't say pick this up or drop that. Find different ways of communicating through touch.
Yeah, I could only touch you and help you.
Yeah.
You were blindfolded. That was fun.
And all these videos, if you haven't seen any of these date challenge videos, they are on our channel. You can go back and watch them.
Oh, indoor s'mores was good because we watched Overboard.
Yeah, the great indoors. We watched a movie and had s'mores and camped out in the house. Ask Your Parents was awesome. We recreated Gigi and Pawpaw's
First date.
We
went to Olive Garden.
At an Italian restaurant, which we did Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Shape Thrifters. That's Steph's favorite.
The ruined.
Shape Thrifters, which created those iconic outfits behind us. Recipe for Disaster, we just talked about. Small Town Kids, you'll get to see tomorrow. And Teacher's Pet.
Which one was your favorite?
It's hard to top Shape Thrifters. Being in that bowling alley in full, you had your like stretchy Canadian tuxedo type denim outfit. I had the full America regalia.
That was your favorite? Was it because I was uncomfortable?
No, I don't think it was because you were.
Or did you truly have fun?
I did have fun. I you know what? Actually, I think my favorite is going to be recreating Gigi and Pawpaw's date.
Oh,
that was fun.
That was fun.
That was super fun. And we did it in black and white. Classy. We kept it classy. Steph taught me how to eat spaghetti with a spoon, which is cool.
You know which one was my favorite, I think?
What?
Was the Thai food that we cooked. Asking a stranger to pick out a recipe, and the recipe was so good.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed cooking with you.
Yeah, that was fun.
We never cooked together, and I enjoyed cooking with you.
We made 2 things, and both of them were super delicious.
We did.
And you know what else is actually really cool about Recipe for Disaster is that we discovered sweet chili paste or sauce.
It's the sweet
chili crisps,
which I still eat.
And it's like become a staple in our house.
Yeah, I ate it last night.
Yeah.
In my
just
ramen.
mix that sweet chili crisp into anything. Oh my god.
Yeah, we would never have discovered it had we not gotten the Thai food book that a stranger picked out.
Yeah. And the meal. The stranger picked out the meal.
Yeah, the pork belly. And
pork belly, and yet we did 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool. That was really cool. Steph, nothing can top your cream corn recipe.
Oh.
Thanks. Yeah, that's why you try new things. That's right, Lori. I try
a lot of new things.
All the time.
We do, yeah. That's one thing I love is that we are adventurous with the food.
Yes, especially when we travel.
Everyone's saying don't tell the kids when we do our date challenge.
Oh, no. You can't tell them. That would ruin it.
No. They're just going to be like, what is actually happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone help us. No one will be able to help them.
And we'll just start asking questions. We'll just be like, hey, babe, what's my birthday? And then,
yeah.
or whatever the question is.
What's your password to your email?
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
The kids are they're going to be confused.
Kids are going to hate this. But speaking of traveling and meals, we're probably going to be able to have some really good meals on this one.
Yeah.
You know what? Traveling and meals, when I think of traveling, or let me just ask you this. When you think of traveling and meals, what's one meal that sticks out in your head?
When we go on our trips?
Yeah. We were on a trip, we were traveling, we had a meal. What sticks out in your head when you think of that? Let's see if it's the same one as me.
Well, I guess it kind of varies. Is it like an experience or something that we cook together?
No, not us cooking. I'm talking about trying food from places that we travel.
Oh. Okay, like weird stuff?
Like new weird stuff? Something that pops in was the first thing that pops in your head when you think about trying new food when you travel.
Okay, trying new foods when we travel, I think of the rattlesnake.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't. I shut that one out.
You shut out the rattlesnake that we ate?
I was in the Grand Canyon, right?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't bad. I would never order rattlesnake again.
You have to order it just to try it.
This is what pops up in my head when I think of travel, like meals that we've had on the road, is Iowa.
All the pork.
We knew Iowa was known for pork.
No, I didn't.
Well, I mean, it's like a thing. The world knows Iowa is known for pork and corn.
Okay.
But when we went there and we were like, everything was pork and the plates
were massive.
So, and this is on a video too, I believe we recorded it. At least I think we showed the plates while we were in the store or the restaurant. Holy moly, those Iowa pork plates. And it was like every piece of pork you could ever think of in one dish.
Well, it was a tour of the pig.
Yeah. Here's some medallions and chops and all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good though.
It was so good. So good.
Yeah.
But you could literally eat on that one plate they gave you. That could be a full day's worth of food.
Well, we talked about that after the fact that we should have split and then to go.
Well, we had no idea.
We had no idea.
The whole hog.
That's the one thing you think of, that one meal though?
Yeah.
I have several other ones though.
There's lots of meals that pop in my head, but for whatever reason, when I think of like meals that we've tried on the road, I always think of that Iowa restaurant.
Really?
And I can't even remember the name of it.
It was
now.
farm.
It looked like an old farmhouse.
Yeah.
It was built like an old farmhouse, and we were right next to the Iowan, like the Native American settlement where we took the tour through history of the Iowans.
God, that was so cool. That was a really good trip.
Yeah.
It was just me and you.
Yeah. That was on our Minnesota trip. That was cool.
Yeah. I
remember where I have to look it up.
Yeah, we'll look it up right now. He'll look it up. One of the other things that I like to think about is like some of the random things that we've eaten. Like one of our trips, maybe it was the same trip. I don't know, because it was you and I together alone, and we don't travel alone very often. You had the Rocky Mountain oysters.
Yes.
Bull testicles. So we tried those for the first time together.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, fun fact, talking to Dan. We went to Cooking with Dan and Lou last week, or the week, I think it was last week that we were there. We talked about this. We brought up the Rocky Mountain oysters, and Dan said that, because Dan is one of the most pickiest eaters I've ever met.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I've tried those. I've tried them. And I was like, what? You have tried Rocky Mountain oysters? He said, yes, in school, when they used to castrate the cows for ag, they would not let it go to waste. So the ag teachers would batter and fry the testicles after they castrated the cattle, and all of the ag students would eat them.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I am so surprised that Dan, he was like, yeah, they weren't bad.
To me, they just tasted like whatever batter you fry them in.
Yeah, it was just.
Oh my gosh, your face.
Oh, are you going to share that?
Yeah. What did you get?
I got meatloaf. That was a meatloaf dish. My face. That's awful. I'm going to show you my face.
Let me share the screen.
I feel like that's probably a common face of mine, but looking back at it right now is just funny.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, I ate that. So good though. It was meatloaf.
Yeah.
It's probably pork meatloaf, at least. Where's your plate?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You had pork 3 ways.
I had 3 different types of pork.
And it was so good. But where was it? That's what people want to know. That's what
Yeah. I'm looking at that right now.
Oh, okay.
3 different types of pork. And it was these pictures don't do justice how big these plates were.
No, they don't. And
they were so giant. Okay, this would probably tell me. Right. Oh, no, that's a video.
Yeah, it is a video.
All right. We were in Urbandale,
and we
Living
were
History
Living
Farms.
History Farms.
Urbandale.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Go
Okay,
back.
here we go. The Machine Shed.
Someone said that.
Someone said
Someone
that?
said machine. And I was
Machine
like,
Shed.
I don't know what that means. Machine Shed Restaurant in Urbandale. And it was really good, guys.
I'll put this in.
It reminded me of a Cracker Barrel, but Iowa, like, on steroids.
Yeah. I don't know why I posted so many times.
That is weird. Anyway, really good.
So good.
And that was years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good memory of a meal we've had on the road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
I'm looking forward to Monterey Bay. I'm looking forward to California.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to, gosh, this sounds horrible. Maybe I shouldn't say it.
What?
I don't know. Just like, there's some stuff going on in the world, and I just, sometimes it gets so overwhelming for me. Some people can shut it off. Some people can downplay it. Some people can rationalize. But for me, sometimes I spiral.
Yeah.
I think that's called anxiety.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to just pretending that.
It's not even pretending. We're focused on traveling and seeing the world. That's what we do. When we get in that RV, we've got the whole, literally, and that might be the best thing about traveling, honestly. I know that it's family time. We're in tight quarters. I love that aspect of it. But literally, when we get in that RV and we drive off, it's like nothing else exists.
I know.
We're going as a family to see something new. All the drama of the world, all of the work stuff that we deal with.
Yeah, you've been dealing with some work.
It just goes away.
I know, but and like the other day, you and I were in the pool, and I do absolutely not want to get weird and political about it. You and I were cooling off after a really hot day. We were in the pool, and stuff was coming across phones, and it's just so strange to me, and that so much is going on, and yet we're
taking a trip to California.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I have a hard time with that, if I'm being honest.
Not me. I think that that's perfectly fine.
You know, I get that, but I have a hard time, like...
Oh my gosh.
What?
Why, Pen?
Pen, why?
We're not even going to Kansas.
Listen, I got my registration done. I made sure all the stickers are good. We've got everything.
We're not going to Kansas. We're good. We're okay.
Doesn't matter. We weren't going to Kansas when we were going to North Carolina and you got pulled over.
Well, true. That is true.
We're just a magnet.
Gosh, that was, yeah. I know we talked about that before too, but I had no idea that cop was behind me. That still blows my mind that I'm just that.
La 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 la.
I'm just watching you drive that U-Haul,
and I'm watching you getting pulled over, and you're not pulling over. Like, there's a cop behind you, son. Pull over.
It's really good in that situation that we were going to go do a good deed. I think we were going to deliver, because when I told that officer that
we were delivering supplies.
Yeah, I think he just was like, "Oh yeah, okay, well yeah, we've been doing that too," and that was kind of cool. Because if I would have been like, "We're just driving,"
yeah, but it was 10 a.m. and he said you were swerving.
I wasn't swerving.
You were not.
I didn't think I was swerving.
But who said that? Someone told us, was it like a trafficking? Like the number one trafficking
route? Yeah, that was like a very big trafficking route.
Yeah, a sex trafficking route. So they pull over people just, I guess I don't know what it's called when you profile.
Yeah.
We're just kind of bouncing all over the place. Squirrel.
Yeah, the stories that we have. We do have some stories, and we're probably going to create some new ones.
Hey,
that's true.
They're
good
be
ones.
Good. Yeah.
Good stories.
Please,
not bad stories.
Stay away, all the bad energy. Speaking of bad energy.
What?
We talked about, when was the goblin? Did we talk about the last live? The goblin?
Oh, yes, the creepy goblin.
Yeah, that was funny. The ring
Look,
doorbell.
we know that Kansas people are great, and we've actually had
Absolutely, Gene.
We've actually had a safe trip through Kansas, even though it wasn't like under the best circumstances.
Yeah, because we were heading back from a tree.
The tree fell on our roof, but we made it through Kansas safely, and there wasn't even any issues.
Really weird though circumstance with that. When we were headed back through Kansas on the way home, I was so sick because of nerves.
Yeah.
But the gas station we had to pull into had four at least state troopers.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? And they were all like,
they were watching me.
They were, because
I was pumping gas, and they were just like, what's this guy doing pumping gas in Kansas? I don't know why I had like a little bit of a Jersey accent, but what are you doing in Kansas?
I know why.
Why?
I didn't start watching The Sopranos.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that last time. Once you start watching The Sopranos, yeah, we did. I think I said that on the live. I'm pretty sure I did.
I don't know. He started watching The Sopranos, so now he's Tony.
What are you doing in Kansas, huh? Just pumping gas.
Yeah. Anyway, they were fine. We didn't have any problems. I had a little PTSD.
Yeah. We're not actually going to any
we're not.
Downtown sites. We're sticking to the beach areas and wooded areas.
Yeah, we're going to like the national parks and the Joshua Tree and making our kind of. No. Bonnie, you don't know. Bonnie, I couldn't wear
beautiful.
I couldn't wear panties, Bonnie.
You look beautiful in anything you wear.
That thing was tight. It was a full-on stretchy. There was no hiding anything. There was nothing there to.
Yeah, no, we're not going to visit Compton. No. We're going to stick to the trees and the oceans. Yeah, we'll be listening to that too, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, we have like a whole California playlist. By the way, if you've got good California songs, Hotel California? We're going to put together a playlist, so.
Yep.
Joshua Tree Forest is in Arizona, right? There's actually a Joshua Tree
National Park,
State Park in California that we're going to be staying at.
We'll be there, yep. Yeah, it's the hair and the beard.
I'm not sure if there's one in Arizona, but for sure there's one in California because we are going to be there.
Shit, I don't look shady, do I?
Yeah, that's why TSA, anytime we fly, they pull you out and they pat you down.
The stare makes me look up to no good.
I just think that they want to pat you down for other reasons, but I might just be biased.
Moving on. Yes, we are going to be safe. We're going to stay safe for sure. Did you want to do an Etsy store update before we put the store on vacation mode?
Yes.
I remember you saying something about that.
Yeah. So last time we talked about the little mushrooms that I was making, the little resin mushrooms. And I've had some people requesting to add some to the store. And although I've only just slightly been making them here and there as I can.
They're so cool.
They're so cute. I have a handful available that I will be adding to the Etsy store after this live.
You have any of the Plum Grove bamboo ones ready?
Yeah.
That's real Plum Grove bamboo that you're getting on those.
Some of the sticks. This is so silly. Some of the sticks of the mushrooms are actual bamboo that I cut down from
our bamboo stalks all
around
here.
And bamboo is very, very hardy and weather resistant. And so I was like, I'm going to use some of this dead bamboo So it's not green or anything. It's not going to rot, but it's already dried out, and I've created bamboo mushrooms, little mushroom decorations. So I'll have some of those on the Etsy store in a little bit. There's only going to be like small amount available, guys.
Small batch mushrooms.
Small batch for now. For now, we'll see how they do. We'll see how it works, because I just had some requests. Will they be on your Etsy store? So yeah, and I'm wondering if I should show them. If you guys probably know what they are.
What?
Mushrooms? Yeah.
I saw a couple of comments already asking if you had one to show.
To show?
Mm-hmm.
Should I show them?
Sure.
Okay, let me grab one.
All right.
But yes, and I love that you guys join our lives, because I'm able to share with you guys the promotion or the sale or whatever before anyone else gets to know about it. You guys will know first, and we really appreciate you guys joining the live and us being able to share this with you. Yeah, when we get off, because it's not right now, there's going to be a sale, but I will be shutting down the store Wednesday afternoon, 5 o'clock Central Time, so that we can get ready to leave, because I don't want orders to come through and me not being able to fulfill them. So Wednesday will be the last day of the sale, and I will be putting it on vacation mode so that no one will be able to order anything.
Yeah.
The promo code is free ship.
Free ship.
And it's
free ship.
Promo code free ship, orders over $40.
Free ship.
So if the order totals over 40, it's free shipping, domestic. I'll be right back with the mushrooms.
All right. Now we have to see her fight through the green screen.
Help me.
Don't break the immersion.
The immersion?
See half my table in here. Yes, free ship. S-H-I-P. Is it all one word, babe?
Yeah,
all one word. All one word. Let me just put it in chat. Free ship. All one word. That's the promo code for. That's the promo code. Free ship. Nope, not that one.
Yeah?
Ship.
Yeah, but
ship.
Not yet.
Not yet. It's not yet.
After the live.
Oh, wow. You even have a
I have a demo.
Yeah. Oh, you brought more.
Yeah, and my shirt.
Okay.
To show. Oh. This is live. We're doing a live. This is how I collect eggs. No joke. This is what it looks like when I collect eggs. Chicken coop.
You got your little basket. Okay, I'll hold this.
Yeah, this is just a demo.
Let me turn this off.
Because it's green.
Don't you love them? Don't you love these plants and mushrooms?
Look at it.
All right, let me turn this off. Let's do none. There we go. Now I got break the immersion anyway. Okay. So here,
it's an example.
This is an example.
Yeah.
Of some mushrooms.
Yeah. So anyway.
This one's on a cinnamon stick.
It is. You're going to be surprised with what you get, okay, when you order. It's going to be one big and one little. One big, one little. Could be purple, could be red. But there's lots of them. And let's see.
Oh my gosh, you're going to entrust all of these to me?
Yeah. Anyway.
So one set is a big mushroom and a small mushroom. Here's some small mushrooms. What does this count as? Big?
It's a big top.
Okay.
I would count it.
So it's the tops you want to think about. Yeah.
So this is a one order. You'll get two with one order. Anyway, I think they're adorable. A lot of people requested them to be on my Etsy store, so I was like, okay, let's see.
This one looks like space. I know it's kind of hard to tell on the camera.
It is hard to tell on screen.
It's like swirly glitter.
Yeah. Looks
like outer space. Yeah, it's really cool.
Some of them are cinnamon sticks. Some of them are driftwood.
I smell like cinnamon.
And some of them are Plum Grove bamboo.
Plum Grove bamboo. There's one right there. That's a Plum Grove bamboo.
Nope, that's a driftwood.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
This is a Plum Grove bamboo.
Oh, okay. There's a plum. Yeah, I was about to say
It's hollow.
So you still had drift ones left over?
Yeah, I've not gotten rid of any drift ones.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I've not sold any of them.
That's true.
Yeah, this is a bamboo because it's hollow.
Okay, there we go. There's a Plum Grove bamboo.
Cinnamon sticks are also hollow, but you know what cinnamon looks like.
Yeah. These double as being able to smell them.
And they're pest resistant because they're cinnamon.
True. Yeah. And bamboo just never dies or disintegrates or does anything.
It stays very, very hardy.
Literally forever.
Yeah, it's hardy.
And driftwood looks cool, so.
It does.
There you go.
Anyway, so yeah, after the lab's over, that's going to go on the site.
Yeah.
And then we're going to shut it down in a couple days. So, free ship.
I put it in the chat, the promo code.
All right.
So everyone can see the free ship they can get.
Yeah. Something that I'm a little bit
What?
I feel like that's what it looks like.
You're a little bit what?
I hate shipping some of the things during summertime because they melt.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get a package and you ordered a candle or if you ordered a salve, bring it in ASAP because it may melt depending on where you're at. You gotta get it. You gotta get that package inside because if it sits in your mailbox, that's my only when I ship during June and July and August.
And you remember when the post offices, was it last summer?
Yes.
The post offices all like shut down and got back ordered and like nothing was working.
Yes, that was the worst.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, and then
there was like
strike.
the big one in Houston. They were retrofitting it with new machines, but then they didn't fit. Yeah, they couldn't fit in there, and it just
people's wedding dresses and medications
horrible.
And my orders for people were just like sitting in this warehouse, and I had to refund so many people because it was just sitting forever for months.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It was awful.
Yeah,
that's the joys of small business ownership.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Put in the pictures in the people's houses for our photo shoot pictures.
Oh yeah, during Christmas.
We stuck them in there. Yeah.
Roxanne said our soap was really soft when we got it. Yeah, it can be when it gets warm, but still use it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Steph has new elbows. I do.
Yeah, I'll change it because you. Every time I put that up there, you said it looks like you have like elbow wings coming out of your head.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the building behind us?
It's not there anymore.
Oh yeah, that's my old house, Papa's old shed.
I told Buddy that the other day. So Papa is tore down. If you follow anyone else's channel, Papa and Gigi are building a new home.
Mm-hmm.
They're gifting their log cabin to Jill and Dustin. The building that Papa and Gigi tore down to put their new home there was Buddy's old house.
Mm-hmm. And Tina's old house and Lester's old house.
Yes. Many people lived there. And it was a barn, essentially. It turned into a barn.
It wasn't a barn. It was a house.
It turned
into a
barn. Yeah. And that was one of our very first YouTube videos was Buddy and Lester lived in a barn.
Yeah, one of the very first videos, Buddy and Lester lived in a barn, and it was me giving a tour of, and it is funny, I want to say Lester put a video about this out not too long ago too, even though he didn't have some of the stuff right that he was talking about, but every person that lived in there contributed something different. And added on and added pieces. Lester, I think, did the most to it. But my favorite thing that Lester did was plant those oak trees. Those are awesome. He also had a koi pond that was really cool. He dug a big hole in the ground and he put one of those.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he put a
liner?
A jacuzzi, you know those hard fiberglass jacuzzi liners? He put one in the ground. And he filled it with little plants and he had fish inside of it. But then he went and planted the most painful plants all around it. He had put cactuses all around this thing. And it was,
Why?
I don't know, but I guess they started small, but then you couldn't like get to the water anymore because the cactuses got bigger and they were painful. He was making like a little kind of like
Oasis.
yeah, like a desert Mexico type oasis and it was cool. The biggest thing that I did to it really was I added the front porch because I wanted somewhere to sit, and I added the custom wood floors. Me and my mom took plywood and cut plywood into planks and laid them down like wood flooring. And then my mom surprised me one year for a birthday gift, and she built a back patio for me, which all that's gone now. There was a privacy fence at one point.
There's a tiki bar.
There was my mom did all that. Yeah, she did a little tiki bar for me, and it was really cool. And we hung out there a lot. Like when me and Steph were just friends,
we were little babies.
We all hung out there in that back patio that my mom built for me. Mm-hmm. That was really cool. Privacy fence didn't last very long. If you think about where Bree's like a goat her goat pen fence is, that where the chickens are, that was a privacy fence at one point that I had built, but it was like the first hurricane or tropical storm that came through, that whole thing just went flying off. So that didn't stay up for very long. But yeah, it was cool. It was very neat. That's the building. We went on a little tangent there.
Yeah. But coming up this week, I'm going to show you some, if you're interested, we've had our RV since 2020.
Yeah.
And every so often, things change. And we try to find new and different innovative ways to like find ways to optimize storage and usage in the RV. So I've got a video coming out this week about how I've changed up some of the ways we do some of the storage in the RV for our big trips and travel. What else do we have coming up, babe?
Well, we've got the date night challenge. We've got, oh my gosh. We've got actually a good amount of stuff coming up, and I just cannot think of any of it right now.
Really?
I cannot remember I still got to work on all of it.
Yeah.
I still got to do all the editing, and I got to finish editing the date night challenge video so it can come out tomorrow.
Yes.
That one's like mostly done.
Cool.
Yeah, that one's going to be funny and creepy and weird.
Probably the weirdest video.
Oh, the wine. Thank you, Debbie. Yes, we do. We have an update on the wine.
Oh, yeah, the wine.
Yeah, we have an update on the wine, which everything's whining. So
it's doing good.
Yeah.
I've kind of
did
my own thing with one of them.
Yeah.
A little experiment.
It's 6 o'clock, but
no, it's 7.
I mean, it's 7 o'clock. We started at 6. We'll answer this one question real quick, which we've talked about this before in a video. Steph and I met at a house party, and a bunch of our friends were there, and she came up behind me. I had no idea who she was. She had no idea who I was.
I thought I did.
She came up behind me and put her arms around me and said, "Hey, baby," and was like kind of nuzzling on my neck a little bit. And I was like, I turned around like, who is this person?
I thought he was my boyfriend at the time.
That's how we met.
He was not.
I was not her boyfriend, but she thought I was. Okay, guys, we love you so much. Thank you so much for joining us on this live. And I really hope you guys enjoy the videos that we've got coming up this week. And then as far as the next 2 lives go, we don't know where and when they will be. But if we can do it,
we'll make it happen.
We're going to make it happen.
I can pretty much guarantee we will be going live.
Yeah, at some point.
So just like if you get a notification.
And if you can't watch it live, you can't watch it live. You can watch it back later. Yeah.
Later.
All right, guys. We love you. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll catch
catch you all in the next one.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.